but they have color. They create color in the hot springs. Okay.
But this bacteria, what kind of colors they make?
They make some like orange and yellow and brown are the main colors. And the orange and yellows and browns are kind of the ones that I see. But there's some deep greens and there's the blues. I mean, some of the other thing too, Yellowstone is just fascinating. So tomorrow will be good, but I want to ask you when we come back, which did you like more, the canyons or did you like the waterfalls or the geysers? Kiyomi likes the geyser region a lot, and I like the canyon region a lot. They're both awesome, but everybody has different likes. I like the canyon because of its power, just raw power, and the geysers have kind of a mysterious, you know, it's really mysterious, you know, mysterious. Yeah, it's fantastic. Any other questions? Okay, one more.
And how hot is a hot spring?
That's an excellent question. It's an excellent question. They vary. Some are not so hot, some are extremely hot. The hottest ones are the clearest. Why? Because in the super hot springs, bacteria can't live because it's too hot for them to live. They go, and they die. And so because of that, you can see clearly all the way down. But the warmer ones that are just kind of warm, or like hot but not boiling hot, they have different colors because the bacteria can thrive in them. Great question. And I'll explain that in detail when we get there on Monday, or the day after tomorrow. Any more questions?
In Yellowstone, in Yellowstone, how many geysers there?
How many geysers? That's another good question. I think there's about 800. 800. So that's another thing about Yellowstone that's like any place in the world. Yellowstone is, America and Yellowstone is not the only place in the world that has geysers. Japan doesn't have geysers, but you have hot springs. Okay, do you have a geyser in Beppu? You do. So you have geyser in Beppu in Japan. There's geysers in Iceland. There's geysers in New Zealand. And I think there's some hot springs and stuff in Turkey. So they're not only in Yellowstone, but Yellowstone has more geysers and hot springs in one place than anywhere in the world, by far. Iceland has maybe 50 or 60 or 100, I'm not sure. New Zealand has maybe 50 or 10 or 20. Turkey maybe has 10 or 20. But Yellowstone has almost 1,000. And they're huge and beautiful. Excellent question. How many volcanoes? One big one. Only one big one. And this is a little scary. Very scary, actually. If the Yellowstone volcano blows up again, and it will someday. It's a scientific fact. It blew up. It blows up it's blown up 3 times or 4 times every 600,000 years, which is a long time. That's 60万年. 60万年. It exploded. That's the last time it exploded. But before that 600,000 years ago, 600,000 years ago before that it blew up. And then roughly 600,000 years before that it blew up. So someday it will blow up again. And it's the world's biggest volcano. It's the world's first national park, right? But it's also the biggest volcano on the earth. even bigger than Krakatoa. So if Yellowstone explodes, human beings could be destroyed. No more. Zetsumetsu. Extinct. That's how big it is. Maybe, I think about it, I've watched movies about it, I've read books about it. You know, maybe all humans won't die, but most certainly will. Most human beings will certainly be destroyed if it happens. So, have fun. Life is short. Okay? Any other questions? I got another one. You guys love this. I like it too. Yeah, sure.
These guys are hornet trees.
I'm sorry, one more time?
These guys are hornet tree.
Is this geyser what?
Hornet tree.
Yes, natural. Everything in Yellowstone Park is 100% natural.
Excuse me, what is natural?
Natural means shizen. It's all natural. Well, of course, now we have roads, so we can drive there, and we have some hotels inside Yellowstone. But basically, Yellowstone is 100% natural, and we can't. I'm a guide, right? We can't take anything from Yellowstone. We can't even take a tiny rock. We can't pick a flower. If we see a beautiful flower, we go, oh, I want that flower. Can't pick it. We can't take anything out. If we see a stick on a tree, and I have a back scratcher. Sometimes I'm in Yellowstone and my back gets itchy. Sometimes I'm in Yellowstone and I'm walking down and my back is itchy. Oh, kaiui. And so I take a stick. And one time I took a stick and scratched my back and the ranger got mad at me. He said, you don't take that stick. So that's how strict they are. So yes, it's 100% natural. And Americans and all people have to keep it natural by not touching anything. Okay? Excellent question. Yes?
It's about the waterfall, but the waterfall is connected to the river. Like, how long is the river?
It's an excellent question too. We drove along the Yellowstone River all day today. You saw the river in the car, right? That's the Yellowstone. The Yellowstone River is about 600 miles long. So that would be about 1,000 kilometers, I think. Something like that. I'm not so good at that. But it's a very, very long river. It's one of America's biggest rivers. You know, we have the Colorado that made the Grand Canyon through erosion. The Colorado River is flowing through from Colorado to California, like Los Angeles, where you grew up, kind of lived. And that eroded away and made the Grand Canyon. And so the Colorado, the Mississippi, and the Missouri, and the Yellowstone, those are some of the biggest in the country. And yeah, excellent question. I love these questions. If you ask me questions, I get happy. I'll stay up all night and answer them. Anything else? Anything from the boys? Any boys have any questions? Okay, very good.
What kind of bacteria are there in geyser?
What kind of bacteria are in geysers? That's a difficult question.